And helping kick everything off today is my buddy from NFL Network, NFL Game Day Morning, Westwood One Radio, calling the Super Bowl once again. It was my Hall of Fame friend, Kurt Warner. Good to see you, Kurt.
What's up? I am not demanding a trade. I like my teams. I like where I'm at. I like my groups. I'm good.
That's good. Very good. And also, we needed an expert to start this program, to start talking about the Super Bowl. So we actually even have an animation for you. It's time for Ask the Expert, presented by TurboTax. There it is. See, you're the expert.
All right. Do I need my 8-ball or something?
No.
I'm good?
You don't need that.
Okay.
No, because you have your inner magic ball.
Got it.
So, my goodness, we've been talking about these teams in respective ways all season long, and here we are. They finally made it. It is the Eagles versus the Chiefs. Your first blush thoughts on what Super Bowl 59 is going to come down to?
I mean, I love the matchup. I love when we get down to two teams so I can go into all the little nuances and all the little things that I can't wait to watch in this game. But I think my initial take is I think the Eagles are the better football team across the board. Just when I look at all the different units, what I think they bring to the table. So I'm excited about that, because if the Chiefs get their three-peat, they're going to have to earn it against what I think a lot of us feel is the best football team in the National Football League. And then obviously the excitement of Andy Reid and what he is and what he's meant and what he can accomplish, and Patrick Mahomes, what he's done at a young age. And, I sit back and, every time I think about the matchup, I'm like, how did the Chiefs go 15-1 this year? Like, how did this team go 15-1 when I just kind of look at the, the individual pieces? But I think that's what's been incredible. And so, as much as I can say the Eagles to me look like the better team, you just can't count them out. You can't count out the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, and you feel like they're going to keep it close, and who's going to have the ball in the end, and that's exactly how we want it, right? That's exactly the kind of Super Bowl we want.
What are the adjustments you do see on the All-22 from the Chiefs that stand out to you? Either side of the ball. I'll just go full 22 with you on that.
I mean, I think the adjustments, and, I actually got a chance to talk to Andy and Patrick for our show on Sunday, and just kind of asking them, because the Patriots always had, kind of that formula to play their best football at playoff time. And you're always like, how does that work? Like, how do you get better throughout the season? And, Andy was telling me, like, they would try things early in the season with guys and go, okay, can we do this with them? And can we do this? And can we? And, one of the adjustments is what they've done with Xavier Worthy. Is he came in and he's the fastest guy at the combine. And we all think, okay, he's going to be the guy to get them back on track like Tyreek Hill. And they've tried different things throughout the year and all of this. And now he's become kind of what Rashee Rice was to this team last year. Is he's had 13 targets in the playoffs. 11 of them have come within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. That now he's become this catch it quick. This is how we play offense. We're going to let him do the run after catch thing more than the big plays down the field. And so that's the kind of adjustment that I see with the Chiefs, things that they do to adjust around who they have to be as a team. I mean, Spags, I think, always does a great job with his blitz packages, which I think will be a key in this game if they can get, the Eagles into third and longer situations, and can they handle the blitz? And, we saw what that meant for them against the Bills. So I just, I love all the little nuances of what these teams do. And how, in certain situations, they're going to have to, protect against certain things or attack a certain way.
And Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio being added to the staff, what a major boon that was to the Eagles. Certainly, since that was part of their issue last year, was replacing the two coordinators they lost to head coaching jobs the last time they played in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. By the way, they're going to probably lose their offensive coordinator again after playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So what are you seeing from those two that have actually helped put them into New Orleans?
I think the beautiful thing about those two guys is that they understand what they have as a team. So Vic Fangio has always been a guy that, likes to play kind of a base defense, what we call quarters, kind of four across defense. But last year when we watched the Eagles, especially down the stretch, they had so many breakdowns defensively that gave up big plays and they couldn't get it together, that he's come in and say, hey, here's what I know. We have really good talent on this football team. Don't give up the big play. Like, don't try to do too much. Be solid and really good at what you do. And so he's really settled down their defense in terms of, we'll let our front four get after it. We'll blitz every once in a while, but we're going to play solid defense and force teams to have to go the long distance against us because I think we're a better football team. Kellen Moore has always been a guy that likes to change it up and throw the ball all over and do different motions and stuff. And if you look at their offense this year, they've really settled in and said, hey, we got Saquon Barkley. We got the best offensive line in football. We don't have to throw it all over the yard, even though that's been who Kellen's been in the past and what I know he likes to do and what any coordinator likes to do to kind of show off who they are. I think both of these coordinators have done a great job of going, I know what we have as a team. We just need to do our part of this thing. We don't need to try to do too much. And in doing that, we've seen the best complete team. Hey, you know, if we've got to run the football, you know, every snap and throw it for 150 yards, no problem. We'll do that because we can win because our defense can make plays, vice versa. I've been very impressed with the way that they've kind of pulled back, simplified things for their team, knowing the roster that they have.
I thought the Chiefs had the most complete team they've ever had.
No, that's what I've heard people say that, but I don't believe that. You guys,
that's been
I don't believe that.
Morning. That's been a game day morning issue all season long.
Yeah.
That we've said that is this the most complete team Patrick Mahomes has ever had? Everybody else says yes. Kurt has been saying no the entire time. You've also been saying that the Eagles do have a problem in their passing game.
I do.
But they've been obviously overcome.
Yeah.
It helps to have a running back who runs into the end zone through the red zone from wherever he wants to.
No doubt. That helps.
On the field, it helps.
That helps.
So what is the passing problem for the Eagles? Have they fixed it going into the Super Bowl? If the Chiefs make it an important part of the Eagles game to win the game?
The biggest problem they have with passing, and again, I don't think this is every week. I don't think they're not capable of throwing. I think Jalen is fully capable of it. The problem that I see at times is that Jalen gets too conservative with the football. So when things are out there in front of him, he'll hold the football. He won't, make those throws that to me can make the game easier. Now, he might take a sack or he might make a 4-yard gain on those plays. But that's the thing that I think when we talk about the passing problem, we continue to wait to see, will there be a game where Jalen Hurts is forced to drop back in the pocket and throw 35 or 40 times? And can he win a game that way? Because you have to play on time. I've seen him play on time. We saw him play a great game in the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 57. We saw him play great in the championship game. So he's capable of it. And that to me is where, when I say there's a problem, not that they can't do it, it's why don't they do it in those situations where it's there in front of them? I don't know if that even comes into play. Can the Chiefs once again stop the run game of the opponent and hold Saquon Barkley under 100 yards and force Jalen Hurts to drop back and play football that way? I don't know if they can, and so I don't know if that's going to come into play, but that's my big question, is when they get into those moments, do they have the complexity offensively? Can Jalen play a little bit more on schedule in those situations and make the plays in front of him?
Well, I guess the Chiefs will have to put points up on the board, too, in conjunction with stopping the run to force that action, right?
Yep. Exactly.
And then, because we don't talk about the Chiefs' running game, and that was a crucial part of their victory 2 years ago against the Eagles. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco had a breakout sort of moment in that game. Mahomes with the gimpy ankle was running his head off, which is kind of typical for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I guess when it comes down to it, that's where Jalen Carter will be able to affect this game. I imagine
you would think, and you're right. The Chiefs have really kind of played the game to kind of muddle the game up. We want to keep it low scoring. Last week or championship weekend was the first time they scored 30 points all year long, which is unfathomable that they didn't fall into 30 points at one point, but that's how they play. We want to get first downs. We want to move the chains. We want to keep Saquon and company off the field, and we want this to be a mid-20s type football game. And so, yes, Jalen Carter can play a role in that, but what I believe the Chiefs are going to do is they're going to get the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands quickly. RPOs, quick throws like I was talking about to Xavier Worthy. They'll run the ball, and they're happy to run the ball for 3 yards at a pop. They're not looking to get – they would love the 70-yard touchdown like Saquon.
Right, yeah.
But they're not looking for that. They're just saying, let's stay on schedule so we